Okay, so thanks for purchasing my program. When you purchase the program, you should receive a text file like this. Obviously, I haven't done it yet because I'm just recording this video, but it'll be something like this. It'll give a link to the program. So the link is to a Google Sheet. So what you do is you just copy the link to the program and you can paste it into your browser here. Open it up. This is all done on Windows, by the way. And it says here, edit and collaborate in real time with Excel files and Google Sheets. So with this link, you won't be able to like edit the cells. So you won't be able to like input like your maxes in here. So that's no good. So what you need to do is you need to download it. So you can press the download button. If you're on a different browser, the download button might be in a different place, but here on Chrome, it's here. So just press download and you should be able to see it here. So that's it downloaded. So what you want to do next is just find where that file downloaded to. So it's showing it here. It went to my downloads folder on Windows 10. That's the XLSX file. The next thing you want to do then to be able to edit the values is you want to go to Google Drive. Now, if you don't have like an account on Google, you can just simply create one and then search Google Drive, and eventually when you log in, you'll be able to see something like this. So what you do then is you just drag and drop the file you just downloaded into here. Wait for it to upload and then click into it. So now you own the file and you can edit it. So it just automatically opened up Google Sheets. That won't happen all the time. So just in case that doesn't happen, just right click here and click Open with Google Sheets. So that's great. You have it here. So here, in the first part of the program, you can actually input your maxes now. So just close that. So let's say your max snatch is 100 kilos. It's no problem. You can enter all that in. Max snatch 130, just as examples. So enter in all your maxes there and you should be able to follow the program. So to view this file on your computer, all you have to do then is just go to Google Drive and open it. And it should save. So you can see values I just inputted there for the snatch, clean, jerk. It stays the same. So snatch is 130 for the clean jerk. So you don't have to press save or anything. It just saves automatically. So okay, so just to show you how you can do this on a mobile phone. This is just an Android phone. The steps might differ on iOS. So once you get the program, again, you'll get like a WordPad document or a text file just giving you a link to the program. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy that link and then go to my browser and I'm just going to paste it in here. So, and then I press enter. So again, once you open this link, you won't be able to edit it, especially not in the browser anyway. What you need to do then is just press the download button wherever it is on your browser. So it's going to press that and it's going to download. The program has been downloaded, it says in the bottom corner there. So I just went to my downloads and you can see here at the top, 15-week weightlifting program. So I'm just going to press that. And it says here, because I don't have Google Docs installed or Google Drive, it says search the Play Store. You don't have any apps that can open this type of file. You can search for one in the Play Store. So what I'm going to do is just press search. It's going to search for programs where I can actually open up this file. But I'd recommend Google Sheets. If you can't find it here, just search it. So it's going to press Google Sheets. Install. Wait for that to download. So yeah, once that is downloaded and installed, just go to downloads, whatever app you view your downloads in, and I'm just going to click here, the program. and then it'll automatically open up in Google Sheets, or you can select it if the option comes up. So now you can view the program. And you can read the information here about the program. Probably better to actually view this in landscape. So yeah, you can read this. And to edit the 1 rep maxes, just click high volume phase, and you can edit it here on your phone and view all the weights you have to do. So let's bring this a little bit closer. So I'm going to edit this. So I'm just going to change the snatch max, let's say max of 105 kilos, let's say that's your max. Press enter, and then for clean and jerk, let's say your max is 125 kilos. You just enter it there. So it's as easy as that. Just like fill in the rest of the lifts there, and you can press back, and everything should automatically adjust. So you can actually follow this program just using your phone. You don't have to go on a laptop or desktop to view it. You could also do both. So if you transfer the file to Google Drive, like I showed in the first part of the video, you can view it there on your desktop, and then you can download Google Drive for your phone and just open it there as well. And once you make an edit, you can view it on both devices. So it's as simple as that. As for people using like Macs and iPhones, the steps might differ, but it's definitely possible to do this. So after you do all that, you can go to the Play Store or iOS Store and download Google Drive. If you didn't set up an account, you can do it on the phone as well. So I'm just going to press open here because I already have it installed, and I'm going to upload the file we just downloaded and edited. So just going to press the plus here. I'm going to press upload, and I'm just going to locate the file we just downloaded. So it's this one. I'm going to click into it, and it is uploading. So that is going to upload eventually, and it's here now, and I can open it from Google Drive directly. And since it's on Google Drive, I can access it on desktop as well, so that's handy. So yeah, if you just go to the high volume phase, you can see the values I just entered in earlier are still there, so that's handy. So now that it's on Google Drive, I'll be able to access this on desktop and my mobile phone. So I can edit it here and I'll see it on desktop, or I can edit it on desktop and I'll be able to see the changes here. So this is really handy. Alright, so thanks for purchasing the program. Once you purchase the program, you'll get a link to this page, which is the ebook section. It's just some details on how to follow the program. So to go to the program, you either click the kilograms version here or the pounds version here. So I'll just click into the kilograms version, which is here. And yeah, this is the program. So there are 3 parts to the program. This is part 1. It's 4 weeks long. Part 2, 4 weeks long as well. And part 3 is the peak phase, which is only 2 weeks long. So this program consists of a lot of strength exercises while you maintain your technique and your numbers on the Olympic lifts. So the goal of this program is not to increase your Olympic lifting numbers at all. So throughout this whole program, your snatch and clean jerk won't improve. They might improve if your strength was lagging behind, but the main focus is improving your strength, specifically the back squat, front squat, push press, strict press, and your pulling strength. And then after the program, you can follow a program that focuses more on the Olympic lifts, such as the program on the website if you want to follow that afterwards. So this is really for people who are struggling with strength if their back squatting numbers are behind their Olympic lifts. So for example, if your best clean and jerk is 110 kilos, but you can only front squat 120 kilos, then this program is certainly for you. So what you do first of all is you go to this section here and you fill in your best numbers. So I just gave some example numbers. I guess this would be like average numbers. So let's say your snatch is 100 kilos, your best snatch is 100 kilos, and enter 100 kilos, press enter, and everything will be adjusted automatically. So it's as simple as that. So I'll just put it back to 90 kilos here so you can see. So input your best numbers. If you don't know your best numbers in all these lifts, then just give a good estimate or go out there and test your 1 rep maxes and then come back to this program. So the weight on the Olympic lifts on this program are very light. They should be very easy. Like I said, the goal isn't to improve on them. It's just to maintain them. Like, you're not doing a lot of volume here at all. So here you're only doing 3 sets of a snatch variation. Here you're only doing 1 set of power clean and jerk. So very, very low volume. But what this program does have is high frequency. So 5 times a week, minimum on all the weeks. The reason for that is to maintain your technique. Training high frequency is the best way to maintain your technique in Olympic lifts. It's no good doing Olympic lifts 2 or 3 times a week and piling all this volume together. It just won't work like that. It's better to spread it out over the whole week. That's the best way to maintain your Olympic lifts. So this program really has a bare minimum amount of volume you need to maintain your snatch, clean, jerk numbers and technique. So think of these like Olympic lifts on each day as a warm-up for the strength exercises. Obviously, by the priority principle, you could say that the first exercise you do would be the one you make the most gains on. But I think it's better to do the Olympic lifts first, especially if they're light, because you can treat them as a warm-up for the strength exercises instead of doing them afterwards. So that's why it's in this order and not, the strength exercises first, even though they're the main focus. So yeah, this should be very easy on all days. You're doing, pretty much every day you're doing Olympic lifts before strength exercises. So you can see here on the program, the weight is increased every week. And I give the recommended increase for all these exercises. You can see in the Olympic lifts, the weight doesn't increase much on all these weeks. In fact, in some of the weeks, the weight just stays the same. There's no need to increase because, like I said, the focus is on the Olympic lifts. But for the strength exercises, you certainly would want to try to increase the weight every single week. It might not be realistic to increase the weight this much week to week. It depends on how advanced you are. If you're a beginner, then you probably can increase the weight this much. If you're advanced level, smaller lifter that's not lifting that much weight, or a female lifter, then yeah, it wouldn't be realistic to add this much weight week to week. So for example, on week 2, you do 110 kilos in the pause squat for 7 sets of 4. And on week 3, you feel like you can't do 115, or you try 115 and it's too heavy. You can just repeat the same weight. You can do 110 kilos, or you can try to do 112 kilos. Just make sure you keep the RP below RP 9. You want to avoid RP 10 sets on most exercises like the back squat. You don't want to be doing too many RP 10 sets. You want to avoid that because it's quite fatiguing. So yeah, let's say week 3 you couldn't do 115. Instead you did you just repeated the same weight. So you did 110. Just input the weight in and press enter, and then the rest will be adjusted automatically for week to week. So don't worry about trying to increase the weight every single week. Just keep the RP below 9 on most exercises most days. Now you may be wondering on the strict press here. It seems pretty intense. 4 sets AMRAP. That's as many reps as possible if you're wondering. Strict press. So here it's 42.5 kilos for 4 sets. And each of those sets you want to do as many reps as possible. So you might be able to do 8 reps on the first set, 6 reps on the second one, 5 on the third, and 5 on the last. It's no issue to do AMRAP sets on the strict press, in my opinion, because it's not a very fatiguing exercise. So every set would be basically RP 10. Obviously, you wouldn't want to do that on deadlifts or back squats. Like I mentioned, doing RP 10 sets on something like back squats would be very fatiguing, but strict press is fine. Push press, yeah, you kind of want to avoid the RP 10, but it's not as big of a deal as doing them on back squat. So the intensity will definitely vary by exercise. Now the clean deadlifts and the snatch deadlifts may feel very light to you. Just make sure you're performing them correctly. For example, make sure you do not have a rounded upper back. or your hips don't rise up excessively. Just make sure you perform the exercises correctly. So it should look similar to, you know, your clean deadlift in an actual clean, or your snatch deadlift in an actual snatch. If it doesn't resemble them, then you're not doing, you know, Olympic style clean deadlift or Olympic style snatch deadlift. You're just doing a powerlifting version, which is a lot easier. So make sure you have very strict form on these deadlifts, and the pulling throughout this program shouldn't feel difficult. It should only feel difficult because you're trying to maintain like good technique and good form. At the end of the program, you don't max out on pulls at all, because that's not very beneficial for Olympic lifting. There's no need to max out your deadlift, but you definitely will get a stronger pull during this program. You're only doing it 2 times a week. There's no need to do too much pulling, because you're focusing a lot on like squatting. So yeah, if you're wondering why it's so easy, you're probably just doing it wrong. So on a lot of the Olympic lifts, it'll be written like this. This is just the way I write complexes. So if you're confused, this first one here, this is 3 sets, 1 rep of this complex. So 1 set would be a power snatch followed by 2 hang snatches below the knee. So power snatch, 2 hang snatches below the knee. That's 1 rep. So do that 3 times. Another example here, clean and jerk times 3. So you're doing 4 sets, 1 rep of this complex. So you're doing, for 1 set, you're doing 1 clean followed by 3 jerks. Another example here, hang power clean times 3 and jerk above the knee. So above the knee refers to the hang. So 4 sets, 1 rep of this complex. So 3 hang power cleans followed by a jerk. So if you're just confused by the way I'm writing these complexes. And you can see part 2, the intensity definitely increases. You're doing 87.5% here for the regular back squat. So you're not doing pause back squat or front squats here on this phase, and in phase 3 as well. You won't be doing any pause reps, so you're just getting more specific with the training and increasing the intensity. And yeah, the Olympic lifts still light. You can see here all the weeks here the weight doesn't increase. Also, yeah, I just forgot to mention, on day 4 on most of the program, you will be just doing pure snatch and pure clean jerk. For triples and doubles here, you'll be doing 2 cleans and 1 jerk. So this is a day where you work up to, you know, between 85 and 90% of your best. This is just to keep in touch with, you know, the heavier Olympic lifts without fatiguing yourself too much. It's not like you're going for a 100% max here at all. So you'd be doing that day 4 of every week in the program. And you can see here on part 2, there's a deload. So you do not do day 1 and day 5. You're only doing 3 days this deload week. And you can spread this out as much as possible. So you can do day 2 on Monday, day 3 on Wednesday, day 4 on Friday, something like that. Whatever suits your schedule. Also for the program, I just listed day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. I mentioned it here at the bottom that you can just choose your own schedule. Just try to spread the days out as much as possible. And yeah, so move on to part 3, and this is where you'll be testing your 1 rep max in a couple of lifts, in the front squat, the push press, back squat, strict press. Like I said, there's no max out or anything on pulls, but your pulls will increase or will improve. Like I said, it's no use doing max pulls when you're doing Olympic lifting, really. Maybe for fun at the end of a long training cycle, but you really don't need to be focusing on doing maximum pulls. So on week 9, the intensity is very high. You'll be doing 10 sets of 2 in back squat. That sounds awful, but it will help you get stronger. And the same for day 5 as well. Heavy back squat, heavy front squats. Go for front squat max on week 9 instead of doing week 10, because you don't want to close to your back squat, because it'll interfere with it and decrease the amount you can do. So week 10 is basically taper week to allow some rest before a heavy 1 rep max. And then after you finish the program, you can feel free to do a deload week that is similar to week 6. and then possibly follow the other program on my website, or some other program that focuses more on the Olympic lifts. So hopefully at the end of this program, your strength numbers will certainly increase. That's the whole goal of this. So that's pretty much all I have to say on that, and I hope you guys enjoy the program.